The truth about buy and hold, the myth, the math, and the reality. Let's take a deep breath and talk about one of the most beloved, most repeated, and most oversimplified ideas in all of personal finance. Buy the market, hold it forever. Don't think, don't blink. Just let compounding do the work. It sounds peaceful. It sounds elegant. It sounds like the financial version of a warm cup of tea. But here's the truth. Buy and hold is a beautiful idea that only works if your life behaves like a spreadsheet. And most people's lives don't. Let's break this down properly. Buy and hold assumes you can sit calmly through a 40 to 60% drawdown without panicking, without selling, and without needing the money. It assumes you can watch half your net worth evaporate on paper and say, yes, this is fine. This is normal. I will simply wait 10 years. It assumes you have a 30 to 50-year time horizon. It assumes you will never lose your job during a recession. It assumes you will never face a medical emergency. It assumes you never get divorced, never need liquidity, never have a major life event at the exact wrong time. Buy and hold assumes you're a robot, but you're not a robot. You're a human being living in a world that does not care about your investment plan. And here's the part that rarely gets said out loud. Buy and hold works beautifully for the rich. Why? Because the rich don't need to sell during downturns. They don't panic when markets fall. They don't lose their jobs when the economy slows. They can buy more when stocks are cheap. They have access to tax-efficient structures, private funds, hedging tools, and global diversification. For the wealthy, buy and hold is a wealth preservation engine. It's a slow, steady, reliable machine that compounds quietly in the background. But for the poor and the middle class, buy and hold is often a trap. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can't sit through a 50% drawdown. You can't buy dips. You can't wait 20 years for recovery. You can't hedge. You can't diversify. You can't stay the course when life forces you to sell at the bottom. And that's the real problem. Buy and hold assumes stability, but the people who need stability the most rarely have it. Now let's talk about the math. Buy and hold only works for assets with structural upward drift, like the S&P 500. It does not work for individual stocks. It does not work for commodities. It does not work for currencies. It does not work for crypto. It does not work for most global markets. Most assets do not drift upward. Most assets drift sideways or downward. The S&P 500 is engineered to drift upward. That's why buy and hold works there, and almost nowhere else. So what's the alternative? Not gambling, not wild trading, not chasing microcap rockets. The alternative is engineered investing. Strategies that adapt to the world instead of pretending the world never changes. Regime-based investing, beta rotation, volatility targeting, tactical overlays, risk-on, risk-off frameworks. Systems that reduce exposure when volatility spikes and increase exposure when liquidity returns. These approaches don't reject compounding. They protect it. They don't fight the market. They flow with it. They don't rely on hope. They rely on structure. Buy and hold is simple. But simple doesn't mean optimal. Simple doesn't mean realistic. Simple doesn't mean survivable. The truth is this. Buy and hold is a great foundation, but it's not a full blueprint. Real life requires risk management, liquidity planning, and strategies that bend with the market instead of breaking under it. I'm glad you enjoyed listening. We have a library of information on investing, and we want you to explore more of our perspectives. We look forward to seeing you follow us. Comment, like, and subscribe for more nonlinear personal market and investment insights.